In this video, I'm going to show you how to add currency switcher to your WooCommerce store. Having a currency switcher on your online store is a great way to increase conversion rates. With this, users of your website can easily switch from one currency to another based on the exchange rate you have set on your website. Without wasting further time, let's get started with a step-by-step tutorial.
Hello guys, this is Swadik here at Dikupages Web, where I do web tutorials just like this one. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. That said, let's jump into the video.
So this is the website on which I want to add the currency switcher. And to do that, we are going to install a plugin. So I go to the back end of my website, then I go over to plugins, click on add new, and the search plugins, I search for currency switcher for WooCommerce. And this is the very plugin I'm going to use, WBW currency switcher for WooCommerce by Woo. I go ahead and click on install now. It is installed, I activate. The plugin is installed successfully. Going down, we have WooCurrency right here. I just go ahead and click on it to set it up. Alternatively, you can go over to WooCommerce, then settings, then you go ahead and click on currency, and it will bring you to this interface. And the currencies, at the moment we have one currency right here, which is US dollars. That is the default currency I have on my website. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add currency. And take note the existing one is the main currency, and the second one I can decide to set it as my main currency. So what I do is drop down the arrow here, then I choose the currency I want to use. For this demonstration, I'll use Ghana cedis. I have it right here. After selecting it, the title will also change to GHS. That is the Ghana cedi sign. Maybe I need the cedi sign instead of S, so I take this off and I go ahead and enter the cedi sign. The symbol is the cedi sign. Position is set to left. Next, under cents, you can decide if you want to hide cents or you want to enable it or show it. I leave the default. From here, you can choose to get the rate automatically or enter it manually. Upon trying it out, I realized that getting the rate automatically sometimes do not give you the accurate rate. Now if I click on get rate and it's loading, at the moment the system is saying that $1 is equivalent to 7 Ghana cedis 90 pesos, which is not the case. Maybe we can try using Google rates. So $1 to Ghana cedis. According to Google conversion rate, we have it to be 11 Ghana cedis 43 pesos. So going back, I can enter 11.43. So I'm going to go ahead and do it manually. Then I click on save changes. And now you see that we have the 11.43 Ghana cedis and the converter rates. It should be noted that you can add as many currencies as you want. For this demonstration, I'll just limit it to adding the Ghana cedis. Now if I go to the front end of my website, refresh, you see that the currency switcher is not being displayed anywhere on our page. And this is because we have not enabled it yet. So going back to the settings, I click on front end switcher tab, and this is how it will look like on my website. Under design, you see that enable switcher is off. So I go ahead and enable it. Next, we have type. This is where you determine if you want it to be simple, floating, or rotating. I'll just leave it as floating for this demonstration. Next is toggle switcher. This is where you can show the panel by mouse click or hover. I'll leave it as on click, and I'll leave the rest of the settings as they are. I'll go ahead and click on save changes. Now if I go to the front end and refresh, you see that I now have the currency switcher right here. Awesome. If I go to the shop page, it is right here. If I go to a single product, it is right here. So whichever page I am on, I can easily go ahead and switch it. And it should be noted that the default currency is USD. So if I want to see my currency in Ghana cedis, I'll just go ahead and click, then I choose Ghana cedis. And now my price has changed from USD to Ghana cedis. Awesome.
If you are finding value so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out so that the video will be suggested to more people on YouTube and also benefit more people. Alright, let's continue.
Going back, this time around, let's see the toggle switcher on hover. Then going down, the position of the switcher, we want to take it to right. You also have the option to change the font as well as the font size. I'll just leave it as it is. Going down, there are other settings like show the header. You can go ahead and play with them as you wish. You can also go ahead and play with the colors as you wish. Maybe I want the colors to be in line with the colors of my website. So the panel header background, I change it. I can choose green like this. Let me copy the color. I'll use it again. So if I hover on it right here, you see that the title header has changed. You can also change the text color from here. The background colors itself, this is where you can change them. So for the static color, I go ahead and enter the color code I've just copied. And you see that the color for USD has changed because that is the static color. I exit out of here, then hover color. I enter the same color, but this time around I'll make it a little bit darker. I'll pick the hover color and use it as the selected. That is here. I exit out of here. Then I click on the selected color. And I go ahead and paste it in here. Now all the colors are set. Alright, so you can see the hover color and then the active color. Perfect. I click on save changes. Going to the front end, I refresh. And now it's at the right side. Upon hover, the currencies will display. I don't really need to click in order to display them. One thing you will notice is that the currency switcher is being displayed on all the pages of our website. For instance, if I go over to the About page, you see that we have it right here. If I go over to Frequently Asked Questions page, you see that we have it here as well. What if you want it to be displayed on only product-related pages? How can we achieve this? To achieve this, we go back to the WooCommerce settings. Then under Front-End Switcher, we go to Display Rules. First, you decide if you want to show it on mobile and desktop, or mobiles only, or desktops only. I'll leave it as mobile and desktop. Next is Display Everywhere. In here, we have two options, that is Enable and Disable. At the moment, it is set to Enable, and that is why we are seeing our currency switcher on all our pages. If you leave it as Enable, and you want the currency switcher to be displayed on only product-related pages, it means that you need to select all the pages you have on your website which are not product-related pages. So assuming you have about 1,000 pages on your website which are not product-related, it means that you have to go ahead and select all the pages from here, from these options. As you can see, I have a bunch of pages. So to make our work easy, we need to change the display everywhere from enable to disable. And when you set it to disable, what you now need to do is go ahead and select the particular pages where you want the currency switcher to be displayed. And first of all, you need to make sure that this checkbox is selected. Then dropping down the arrow, you can now go ahead and add all the pages on which you want the currency switcher to be displayed. So I want it to be on the cart page, the checkout page. I also want it to be on the shop page. So I go ahead and select those. Next, if you have product categories, you can do the same thing as you did for the pages. I also want the currency switcher to be displayed on the product page. So I make sure custom post type is selected. Then I drop down the arrow and I go ahead and choose product. Going down, I click on save changes. Now if I go over to the front end and refresh, the switcher should go off from the frequently asked questions page. You see that it is off. If I go over to contact, you see that it's not there. But if I go over to the shop page, you see that we have it right here. If I go over to a single product page, it will be displayed. Now if I add a product to the cart, now I go ahead and view the cart. We should have it here. Now, if I proceed to checkout, we should have it on the checkout page. So from here, users still have the opportunity to switch their currencies. Perfect. So that's it on how you can add currency switcher to your WooCommerce store.
Alright guys, I hope you found value in today's video. If you did, kindly hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and also hit the notification bell so that each time I post a new video on this channel, you will be the first to know. Keep watching and I will see you in the next one.